Hi English 10, Ms. Long here, and with this video we're beginning the third unit in our fall semester 2015, but that means that we are wrapping up Unit 2 on the contemporary essay. And before we dive into a new unit, I just have to tell you how incredibly impressed I am with your patience, your diligence, your efforts to make this the best writing that you could make, whether that was through peer feedback or asking for more directions, or really taking it seriously when you put together nice pieces on the blog. The blog itself is a beautiful testament to what all of you are thinking about as young adults facing our world, and it's kind of a messy world, so there's a lot to say. So I'm just impressed with what you've been doing. As some of you are still wrapping that up, know that I am impressed and that I respect the effort that you've put into it. But as a famous person, Jonas Salk, the inventor of the polio vaccine, once said, the reward for work well done is the opportunity to do more. And that is the focus of this video as we are heading into a new unit on persuasion. This unit culminates not in a piece of writing, but in a video that you will create to persuade the world about something that's important to you. So it kind of dovetails on the contemporary essay that way. You get to pick a cause of your choice in the end and create something that will shape the world. So let's start here by looking at just a quick overview of Unit 3, Session 1. We have quite a bit of groundwork, of foundation to lay about persuasion. The principles of pathos, logos, and ethos may be familiar to some of you, but not all. And certainly we want to take some time to talk about persuasive techniques and visual texts, which are texts without words, i.e. images. So that's kind of what we're looking at as an overview. I want you to keep in mind why this is relevant. $500 billion a year spent on advertising. Think about what that could do to world poverty. The average American child is watching over 40,000 television commercials in a year, 100 a day. I wouldn't be surprised at all if some of that's coming from YouTube and the videos that are attached there, the advertising there. And in a national survey, more than half of the children who responded reported that buying certain advertised products made them feel better about themselves. So this is indeed a relevant topic as we head into this session. Now in this session, we're looking at 4 required assignments and 2 extra credit opportunities. This won't be quite as intense as previous weeks. I tried to pare it down and threw a lot more into this quiz than had previously been there. But we're looking at these 4 assignments and extra credit. In the first opportunity, I want you to first get an understanding of what persuasion is. And you can do that by reading through some of these slides that look at persuasion in the real world, the foundations of persuasion through an interactive video. And you're welcome to take notes on that through a note catcher that is here. I want you to go ahead and take a look at some of the techniques that are used in advertising. Yes, this will be the one time that you're allowed to tell your parents, I'm watching TV for my homework. And then as you look at visual texts, I want you to gain principles for understanding how it is that we analyze pictures and the messages that they present. So your first assignment will actually be to share some of those, or to analyze some of these visual images. Then you'll be sharing on our discussion board some persuasive examples that could be commercials you find on YouTube or physical image persuasion you find, but things that are relating to advertising and the whole commercial culture that we have. That will be our discussion. You will be taking some time for a journal on persuasion. I want you to stop and take some time to think about how you're using persuasion in your life. Most of you are about 16 and you're going to want the car keys soon. There are many opportunities for persuasion in your life, whether they are just directly your family, your own little piece of the world, or the bigger world here. So in this week's journal, you'll be writing about how persuasion is relevant to you. We'll also take a look at context clues, because a lot of persuasion uses parallel structure, and that structure can help us figure out new words. So a little bit random, came from the district curriculum, but context clues as they fit into parallel structure, which we'll understand a little bit better through this unit. And then lastly, you'll have a weekly quiz that you will get to measure your knowledge of this unit. It's a 60-point quiz, so don't blow it off. It's something you can take twice, and if you are open to taking the quiz at the beginning as a pre-test, I think that could be very valuable for you and for me as well. There are 2 extra credit opportunities in this session because some of you are looking for that. One is to look at a video called The Power of Words, which is itself an advertisement for an advertising agency. And it's had something like 34 million hits on YouTube, so it's quite a mover. So to analyze how what techniques are being used, why is this so persuasive? A second opportunity is to have you look back at our contemporary essay blog that we had and figure out which pieces of writing on here are most persuasive to you and why. And you can post in an extra credit discussion about your impressions of other people's persuasion or other people's influential writing, because that's really what persuasion is. And that will wrap up this session. As we get wrapped up, I want you to think about these goals that we have, that you understand these terms, that you're able to understand the techniques that are being used against you and those same techniques that you can use, what visual texts are, how you use persuasion in your own life, and strategies you can use in terms of structure for using vocabulary words. So that's more or less it. Please be in touch with any questions and try to enjoy the week. There's a lot of fun stuff here. Have a great week. Thanks.